Thank you all for tuning in to Dark Leaves Whisper. To my loyal subscribers, you mean the world to this channel. Due to financial and personal challenges, including 3 family losses in 2025, I must limit posts to once a month or less. Going forward, I'll post more short reels than longer videos, which will vary from 10 to 20 minutes, as I can no longer make 30-minute videos. Thank you for understanding. Once things improve, the channel will too. Your support means everything. No one remembers when the trees first grew this close to the road. Old county maps show distance, fields, fences, open sky. But standing there now, the branches lean inward like they have been listening for years. The asphalt narrows beneath them, swallowed slowly, patiently, the way time takes everything without asking. I wasn't supposed to be here after dark. The assignment was simple. Document abandoned rural highways that no longer appeared on updated GPS systems. Human error, my editor said. Bad data migration. Nothing mysterious. But she still lowered her voice when she handed me the file. County Route E17, closed in 1998. No structural damage, no recorded incident. Just removed. People forget roads all the time. What bothered me was how carefully this one had been forgotten. No photos online, no discussion boards, no satellite history before 2003. Like someone had cleaned it. The sun was already slipping when I reached the last marked intersection. My GPS stopped first. Screen frozen, signal gone. Then my radio followed, dissolving into soft static that sounded almost rhythmic. Wind, maybe, or leaves. I told myself it was normal. Remote places do that. Silence feels louder when you're alone. Still, I checked my phone. No service. Battery, 63%. Time, 6:12 p.m. Enough to walk a little, take photos, leave before full dark. That was the plan. The air changed the moment I stepped past the rusted barricade. Not colder, not warmer, just still. The kind of stillness that doesn't belong outdoors. No insects, no distant engines, no birds settling for the night. Only trees. Tall, dense. Leaves so dark they looked wet, even in dry light. And beneath them, a sound. Soft, irregular, like breath moving through paper. I stopped walking. The sound stopped too. You learn things in this line of work, small instincts, subtle warnings your body notices before your mind does. Every one of them was telling me to turn around. Instead, I lifted my camera. The first photo looked normal. Road, trees, dying light. The second photo was darker than it should have been. By the third, the screen shows something I couldn't see with my eyes. A shape between the trunks. Too narrow to be a person. Too still to be an animal. Just vertical darkness where darkness already was. I lowered the camera. Nothing there. Wind, I said out loud. My voice sounded wrong, absorbed before it could echo. The leaves shifted again, whispering. Not words, not quite, but close enough that my brain tried to understand them anyway. The way you hear voices in running water if you listen too long. I took one step backward. Something stepped forward in the trees. Not a sound. Just a feeling of distance closing. That was when I noticed the road surface. No cracks, no weeds breaking through, no erosion from 25 years of weather. It looked maintained. Fresh, almost, like someone expected traffic. A memory surfaced then, something buried in the file notes I barely read. Last recorded maintenance request, denied. Reason, route no longer in use, denied. But the asphalt was new. The light dropped fast after that. One moment dusk, the next, shadow. I turned to head back to my car, and the barricade was gone. Not broken, not moved aside, gone. The road behind me stretched empty, smooth and unmarked in both directions, as if it had never been closed at all. My chest tightened, slow and careful, the way fear begins when it doesn't want to scare you yet. "Okay," I whispered. "Okay. That's fine." People misremember landmarks in low light. Depth perception shifts. Angles change. There are explanations. There are always explanations. The leaves whispered again, closer. And this time, I was certain they were whispering in rhythm with my breathing. I started walking, not running. Running makes panic real. Just steady step toward where the car should have been. 10 steps. 20. The trees thickened behind me, branches knitting together until the sky disappeared completely. Darkness settled early here. Too early. My phone buzzed suddenly in my pocket. No signal, but a notification. I pulled it out. The screen showed a photo I hadn't taken. A picture of the road from farther ahead. Timestamp 6:47 p.m. 17 minutes in the future. And standing in the center of that future road was someone holding a camera pointed directly at me. The photo burned itself into my vision before I even put the phone down. I didn't recognize the person holding the camera. Nothing human about them, yet undeniably human-shaped. I told myself it was a trick of the light. Long shadows can twist perception, but the shadow's edges were sharp. The figure wasn't moving, just waiting, framed perfectly in the road's center. I stepped forward. My boots crunched softly on asphalt that didn't feel right. Every instinct screamed, "Stop, turn back, run." I ignored them. Curiosity or stupidity drove me to take another photo. The camera flashed. Nothing appeared. Nothing visible. Then, in the corner of the screen, movement. Leaves trembling without wind. The dark shape had shifted slightly. I froze. The whispering returned. Soft. Almost polite. Not a sound I could translate, just vibrations brushing the edge of comprehension, like I had once known a language I had forgotten. The hair on my neck stood. Then I noticed something else. The air was heavier here, dense, almost sticky. Each breath tasted metallic. My pulse quickened. I tried to convince myself it was carbon buildup from the old road surface, but I knew. No one had driven here in decades. Then came the footsteps. Light. Careful. Behind me. Not crunching on asphalt, but something shifting through leaves. Yet the leaves were still. I turned slowly. Nothing. The whispering grew, overlapping itself, layers of sound that should not exist simultaneously. The shape in the photo moved closer. Or maybe I had walked closer. I couldn't tell. Time was bending here. A slow, viscous liquid I had to step through. I raised the camera again, pointing it at the future figure. The screen lit. The photo froze. But this time, the figure was unmistakable. Tall, faceless, elongated arms pressed to its sides like it was modeling for me. Not a horror movie, not a hallucination. Something alive, watching, judging, waiting. The whispering became coherent almost. Do you see it? Do you see it? The words weren't coming from a mouth, but from the leaves themselves. The branches swayed in patterns that mimicked speech. My ears wanted to translate. My brain wanted to scream. I stumbled backward. The asphalt beneath my feet rippled like water. I caught my balance and tried to run, but the road stretched farther than I remembered, growing endlessly. Barricades that had disappeared were now hundreds of meters ahead, closing off escape. The trees, no, the forest itself, was alive. not merely swaying in wind. They bent subtly, guiding me deeper, not cruelly, not overtly threatening, just persuasive. And the whispers followed. Every word a reflection of something buried: regret, curiosity, fear, hope. Every emotion I had tried to ignore in life was cataloged and returned in subtle, precise echoes. I stopped. The figure from the photo was now in front of me. Not just a shadow on the screen, not just a trick of light. Real, solid, faceless, silent. And yet I could feel it breathing, waiting for me to act. I tried to speak, my voice cracked. I don't want to. No response, just the whispering, now punctuated with short, deliberate taps on the road, like footsteps but heavier. Watching, counting. The camera vibrated in my hand. Another notification. This time a short video. I watched, unable to look away. My own face, looking out from the screen, stood at the edge of the road in a previous frame. I had taken no such video. Yet there I was, moving toward the camera, over and over, each frame slightly different, each version older, yet somehow newer. The whispers grew louder, overlapping voices that sounded like me, but not me. Older, younger, in versions I didn't recognize. I understood suddenly. The road wasn't abandoned. It was recording everything that passed through it, every thought, every breath, every fear, and it kept them. Forever. The shape lifted an arm, not to strike, not to guide, but to point, towards the road ahead. A fork appeared. 2 paths. One led deeper into the forest, into shadows that I had no memory of on any map. The other, back to the car, to the world I knew, to safety. Or at least, I thought it did. I looked down at my camera one last time. The screen was blank. The whisper stopped. I took the path back. Or I thought I did. Because when I finally broke through the trees, the barricade was still gone. The road behind me stretched endlessly into darkness. My GPS blinked. No signal. My phone showed the photo I hadn't taken yet. The figure still standing. And in the distance between the trees, leaves trembled. Whispering again. Do you see it now? I drove home. Hands white on the wheel, pulse hammering. I haven't returned. I don't know if I'll ever go back. But sometimes at night, when the wind moves the trees outside my window, I hear a faint whisper. Not quite a voice, but unmistakably there. And I know. The road remembers.